Hello everyone, it's Hotplate Mike back with another video. Today I'm going to be doing a Dacia campaign. So Dacia are a barbarian faction with a fairly generic roster that start north of Greece. I'm going to be playing on very hard campaign difficulty, hard battle difficulty. It's going to be a short campaign, so I should get through it fairly quickly. And the modifiers are all set to Remastered. So without further ado, let's get going. Okay, so this is Dacia's starting position. We have two settlements, one being a tier 2 town, tier 2 settlement, and the other being a tier 1. So the good thing about Dacia is that we have the practice range already built, which means we can recruit archers right from the start. And we have a fairly decent force here. So I do want to prioritise getting an early stables to get some barbarian cav recruiting going, but obviously I want to get the economy going first. So I think it's usually the farming which gives the biggest increase to gold at the start, which it is. So we'll build a land clearance here, and we are losing money actually. Okay, in this place we'll build a land clearance as well. Or we could go straight for the Warlord's Hold. So that's ready to upgrade straight, so that's quite good. In terms of sort of direction, I don't want to go north towards Scythia because the settlements are like a million miles away from each other and it's not very fun. In the west, Ruta will be coming over at a certain point, but again, the settlements are quite far away from each other and I don't think it makes that much fun. Germania towards the north is a consideration, but I would rather just go south towards Greece, because that's our victory conditions. I think it's taking out Thrace and Macedon, and there's quite a high concentration of settlements here, so that'll help contribute to the victory condition, as we only need to hold 15 settlements. So I think first things I'm going to do is basically use everything I have to go east and take Thrace first, before swinging round and coming down through Macedon and towards Sparta, which is down here. So let's use the spy to see what Thrace have.
No. Hunting for clues.
So they have a decent garrison there, nothing special. And we have an army which would probably struggle to take that. So what do we have garrison wise?
Orders.
Thrace in the early game have units without high defense or good morale, so the archers will work well against units with low defense, and the barbarian cav will work well against units with low morale.
Yes.
But we only have one archer unit and one cav unit. So I want to bring the cav down. Let's just bring all our forces down, so we can make a decent army and head over to Tylis. And let's start recruiting here. I'm going to recruit some archers first. And do we have a garrison here? We do. I think it's mainly rebel settlements over this way, so I probably could take some units out of here. I think I'll take the archers out and bring them down. And we also have a diplomat. So I'm going to send him west towards the Romans. I don't think there's much point in sending him south, given that that's who we're trying to wage war on. So let's just start moving. Okay, we do have a bit more money to spend. The mines would be useful. There's nothing we can get right this turn, so I'll just pass the turn. So Thrace have moved their garrison out, it looks like. They've left it
Lord?
very exposed.
Lord, on my way. Moving into position. Yes.
Okay, I'm going to try and seize this opportunity here. They look like they're going for, I think it's Byzantium.
Yes. March, Chief. Move out.
Okay, land clearance is still being built. Let's line up our next building. Oh, we are still losing a lot of money. Okay. So I will pass turn there, just because I don't want to spend more money, because we'll go into a negative position already. Okay, so interestingly, Thrace, even though I've gotten close to them, they're still going south. Which gives us a chance.
Can I be of service? Yes, master. Yes, master.
Diplomat. I don't know why it's doing that.
Unable to move.
Okay, let's start laying siege. Fortunately, we didn't start with any
General.
siege artillery in the army. I will be able to attack this turn.
Besieging settlement.
Orders.
So I don't think we'll need these units coming down to take the settlement. We should be able to take it next turn. So
General.
I'm going
Move
to
out.
start moving these units towards this area where I think there's another free settlement.
Move out.
We're now losing a lot of money per turn due to the army. So I need to take this settlement next turn.
Greetings.
Trade rights, of course.
Oh,
Yeah.
thanks.
Yep, now we can go in on Tylis. Balance of power looks pretty good. Clear victory.
Victory!
Okay, so I'm gonna exterminate here just because we need the money. I'm gonna repair this. So this is a large town, so we can retrain our units and recruit some archer warband. Interestingly enough, we can't recruit any warbands because they don't have muster field. Okay, in terms of what to build then, usually port gives quite a good increase to gold, which it does, so we'll build the port and we'll start heading up towards the other settlement as
Move
well,
out.
which I think is it's around here somewhere. Thrace do have a big force here, so the objective is going to be basically to take out their other settlement before they get Byzantium, and then that'll basically turn them into rebels, so they'll basically be wiped out. So we've got another general unit here,
Yes.
so I'll bring him round.
Orders?
Yes.
With the archers.
Forward.
Yes.
And we want to start moving towards the other settlement, so I'll take
General. General. Orders. Orders.
3 units up.
Forward.
I don't know what the garrison's going to be like at the other settlement.
Lord. Moving into position.
Okay, so it must be around here.
Yes, they will hear me out.
Try and get some map information and trade rights.
Would you consider?
That's cheeky. Just going to counter offer without the map information.
A most generous proposal.
Yeah. Let's go see Rome as well.
My lord. At once.
Oh, I should have.
Out of move.
Oh well. So Thrace are now moving back. So I don't know if they've got Byzantium or not. I'm assuming they broke off the siege without getting it. So I need to keep a decent garrison in here.
Yes.
Moving into
Okay,
position.
that's the settlement there. So they have a decent garrison, another force around here, and a force coming up.
General.
So now my capital is exposed.
Yes. Lord.
So let's bring back this general unit and the 2 archers, in case he goes for the capital. And let's head up to Campus Getty.
Yes. Yes. Orders.
Unless we want to cut this force off, which might be preferable.
March. March. March.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try and cut this force off with the combination of units of Tylis and
Yes.
this force.
General.
Build another archer warband and head into the next turn.
Greetings.
Our thanks.
Yep, so he's going for the capital and he's going for Tylis.
We're under siege. Chief. General. Destroy.
Okay, so transport is evenly matched. So let's fight this on the battle map.
Fate has decreed that we must fight. Await my orders.
Okay, so
Warband. Warband. Warband.
got the front line of the warband, which should be solid enough.
Units, make haste.
A unit of Phalanxmen with the high attack, 1 unit of cav, and 1 unit of archers. And our reinforcements should be coming in as well, but I don't know which location they're coming in from.
Reinforcements have arrived, eager for the taste
Coming in
of
from here.
enemy blood.
Okay, so now we've got a much better army.
Warband. 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 Warband.
So we'll get the front line sorted.
Units, double time. Archers. Archers. Archers.
Archers behind.
Archers. Archer. Warband. Warband. Units, form up.
And we now have 3 cavalry units with the general.
Units, make haste.
So looks like we're fighting uphill, which isn't good. But I'll try and do as much damage with the range units as possible.
Warband. Units. Units, form up. Have units. Units, run! Marksmen! Move, move! Archers!
Of course we want to be walking, not running, so we don't get tired.
Waiting for orders!
Yep, I want the archers close enough to fire.
Units! Units, make haste!
They've lined up 2 cav on the right side and 1 on the other. So I'm going to do the same.
Units, cavalry! Hurry! Move, move, move! Move, move! Archer
Okay.
warband!
Let's start firing. Falksmen have very low defense, so I want to make sure I get as much missile fire as possible.
Marksmen! Units, make haste! Cavalry! Move, move! Hurry!
Okay, so we're getting some good archer fire in here.
Orders completed!
Oh, there we go.
Units, run!
Oh, they backed off that charge.
Units, make haste! General! Attack! Butcher them!
Okay,
The enemy king has gone to meet his
that's the
ancestors.
general dead.
His lackeys now rightly fear us.
Let's charge into the Falksmen. And I can take the horses out of there.
Units, double time!
Need to get our units in now. Okay, let's reform the line. This is done into a bit of a mess.
Units, make haste! Barbarian cavalry! Hurry, move!
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely winning the fight. There's a bit of a mess though.
Units, double time! Marksmen! Hurry!
So they've basically reformed their line, so I'm just going to go back to the archer fire.
Units, double time! Cavalry! Move,
No.
run, slay! Butcher them!
No, I couldn't get there in time.
Units, move, move! Units, warband!
Okay.
Move, move! Hurry, move!
Yeah, I just think we're going to go in now.
Units, move, we're being attacked! Slaughter them! Move, attack! Cavalry! Slaughter
Looks
them!
like most of them are running away.
Kill them! Charge!
That's my other cavalry. Ah.
Chieftain! Move, run, quickly! Warband!
Right, I'm just going to fast forward now. No, just retreating.
Kill them!
This is no longer
We'll keep going to chase down some enemy units.
No, a coward
Hurry!
chase.
Orders completed! Quickly!
We need fight no more. The
Yep,
enemy are
so
in full
decent
flight,
victory in the
and
end.
Victory is yours.
We lost about 150 and we inflicted about 500 losses.
shall rule. Orders?
Okay, so that threat is largely dealt with, although they have retreated back to safety. Probably going to go under siege next turn, which is fine. I'm going to bring up this force and try and take the settlement in the next couple of turns.
Would you consider?
50 denarii per turn. It's a bit cheeky. I mean, trade rights should be worth more than this, so that's
Our
fine.
thanks.
We're surrounded.
Okay, we've gone under siege as expected. Let's
Sir,
bring the diplomat down to the other
you are
Roman
you are
factions.
mistaken, sir. At once.
And let's head up.
March!
Lord,
Probably good to leave a small garrison at Tylis. I do want the cavalry.
Yes. General! General!
urging army.
Let's just recruit some warband
General,
and sit here. It's going to take us about
yes. Impossible.
2 turns,
Can't be done. Can't be done. Impossible. Attack.
and we've obviously got being under siege here. I'm not going to sally out, I'm going to let them try and attack me. That's all we can do this turn, I think. So it looks like they've moved the garrison out.
Lord, on my way.
But I can't see.
On my way.
Lord,
So
move.
let's keep going here,
Move out.
which means they have 4 units left in that city.
General,
Yes.
Let's recruit warband here, and then
Lord,
bring
yes.
these units over to help.
orders.
Probably don't need another general, just take the 2 warband.
Yes. Yes. Forward.
And so we should be in striking distance next
Kill
turn.
them.
Greetings.
Trade rights, of course.
Our thanks.
Okay, here we go then. So they have not a great army. The Falksman's the biggest threat. They've got high damage, and other than that, it's fairly weak. Yep, let's go. Let's fight this.
Today is a grim. Await my orders.
Okay, so the way that we're going to play this is we're going to let them come through the gates, line up our archers,
Make haste.
and flank with the generals.
Units, make haste. General. Move. Move. Hurry. Move. Orders completed.
The good thing about the Archer Warband is they actually can do melee attack. They have good defense of 5 for an early game unit. So they can actually fire and engage in melee combat. So here they come then. So left the general outside.
Have taken the walls. Throw them back, or our people will be slaughtered.
And he's bringing through the Peltasts, Falksmen, and the militia hoplites. Just going to fast forward this. So they need to be firing at the spears because that's the only thing I can't really go into with the horses. Oh, what are they doing? It's not like what you just do.
Units, make haste! Missiles, attack! General! Run! Watching, charge! Kill them!
Okay, so that should be them routed.
Units!
We don't want to chase.
Units! Units! Missiles! Units! Units! Double time! Units! Units! Make haste! Units! Double
Yeah,
units!
that's their general unit.
Units! Units attack! Units! Missiles advance! Missiles attack!
Assuming our general wins this fight, which he has, he should win the battle.
Units ready! Units! Units attack! Units!
No, stay back.
Units! Units!
Okay, all that's left to do now is to try and hit these hoplites with the archers. Okay, they've routed.
Waiting for order. This is no longer a battle, this is a hunt. No.
Okay, that's the battle won, so we'll just chase everything down with the cavalry.
Slaughter them! Orders complete.
We need fight no more. The enemy.
Victory!
Okay, so we have successfully defended our capital, which now means
Your Honor, they
the
will
way is
hear
clear
me
to
out.
take Thrace's settlement.
A most generous proposal.
Okay,
Lord,
need to retrain. Oh, we can't retrain. Okay, so the next steps then.
Lord,
Let's lay siege.
destroy! Begin the siege! Besieging settlement!
And there's a Scythian force coming down. So I want to avoid waging war on the Scythians just because I don't want to take their territory because it's just not fun. The settlements are way too far away from each other.
Chief,
Let's move them back. So I guess we need to start planning what we want to do after this then. So after we've taken this settlement, I want to start moving down towards Greece. Which means we need to start building an army. So I think the warband is the tier 1 infantry, but if we build a... Yeah, we don't have any money. We still don't have any money, so we need to take the settlement to start generating money, and then we can start building the military buildings we want to build the right armies. Okay, that's all we can do this turn, I think. So Thrace did not attack us, which is strange. They have sent 2 fairly big forces down, so basically we need to take this settlement this turn, and then that'll turn them into rebels, and then they're no longer a threat. So without further ado, the balance of power looks good. Looks lower than I thought it would actually, considering that we vastly outnumber them. It should be a straightforward victory. Yeah.
Victory!
Okay, so that is the end of Thrace. Their forces are now rebels, and we don't need to deal with them anymore. We've got a big army here, so I want to retrain most of it and then send it down to Greece. But decent start to the campaign. We also need a general down here in Tylis.
Orders?
This general's only 19 but has no command stats or anything. Okay, so I think I'll end episode 1 there. So we successfully dealt with Thrace, and now we can start to move down and wage war on Macedon, and then hopefully come down towards Sparta. There's a lot of settlements in this vicinity, so we're already at 4 settlements, which means we only need 11 more to get the short victory, and I think we need to take out Macedon as well, but we've dealt with Thrace as the first goal. So thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed the content, and please stay tuned for the next episode of this Let's Play.